Evening in a small coastal town, the rain fell softly as Emma stood alone on the old wooden pier. The waves rolled gently beneath her feet, carrying memories she had tried to forget. 10 years had passed since she last saw Daniel, the boy who had once promised they would never let life separate them. But life had its own plans. Emma had grown into a successful architect in New York City. Her days were filled with meetings, deadlines, and endless blueprints. She had everything she once dreamed of, except happiness. Every achievement reminded her of the person she wanted to celebrate with but couldn't. Daniel had stayed behind in their hometown after his father became ill. He sacrificed his dream of studying music to take care of his family and run the small bookstore his parents owned. And wondered what might have happened if he had chased his dreams. One rainy afternoon, Emma received a letter with no return address. Inside was an old photograph of the two of them laughing on the pier as teenagers. On the back were only 6 words. Some promises deserve a second chance. Confused but deeply moved, Emma took the next flight home. The town looked smaller than she remembered. The familiar streets, the old lighthouse, and the scent of the ocean instantly brought back memories. As she walked through the marketplace, she noticed that many things had changed, yet somehow everything felt the same. She eventually found herself standing in front of the bookstore. The wooden sign had faded with time, but the warm light inside invited her in. The bell above the door rang softly. Daniel looked up from arranging books. For a brief moment, time seemed to stop. Emma. She smiled nervously. Hi, Daniel. Neither of them knew what to say. Years of silence stood between them. Finally, Daniel laughed. I never thought I'd see you here again. I wasn't sure I'd ever come back, Emma admitted. They spent the afternoon talking about everything they had missed. Careers, family, failures, dreams, and the countless moments that had shaped their lives. Despite the years apart, their conversations felt effortless, as though no time had passed at all. As the days went by, Emma delayed her return to New York. She helped organize a charity fundraiser for the town library while Daniel introduced her to the new generation of children who loved reading in his bookstore. One evening, they returned to the old pier where they had shared their last goodbye years earlier. The promise, Daniel said quietly. Do you remember? Emma nodded. We said we'd always find our way back. I thought I had broken that promise. You didn't, Daniel replied. Life simply took us on different roads. Emma looked across the ocean. I spent years chasing success because I believed it would make me happy. But somewhere along the way, I forgot what happiness actually felt like. Daniel smiled gently. I learned that success isn't measured by how far you travel. Sometimes it's measured by the lives you touch. The rain began to fall, just like it had all those years ago. Instead of running for shelter, they stood together beneath the gray sky. Daniel reached into his pocket and pulled out a small silver compass. I've carried this since we were 17. Emma recognized it immediately. You still have it. I promised myself I'd give it back only if you returned. She held the compass in her hand, tears filling her eyes.